F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh
What's up?
out.
What's
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 good?
good?
What's
up?
good? I thought
What's happening?
Offset was gonna come in off that beat there,
Oh,
Iceberg.
man, hey, it's Booger's fault, man. Booger don't want to get that copyright strike, man. Come on, Booger, get us right.
What's
I
good,
done paid
man?
for the
Come
beat.
on.
They
What's
don't get me
cracking,
right,
man?
man. What's good with y'all, man?
Yeah,
J
hey.
Camp in the building. What's good?
Same ish, different toilet, man. What's good with y'all?
Hey,
Man,
man.
Bebo P, what's good,
We
man?
doing,
Great lighting, man. The skin glistening, man. The ladies
Right,
loving you, man. What's good, man?
like you
man.
got them Jamaican oils rubbed on your face.
No.
Booty, got the
Pause.
Jamaican booty oils.
Stop. Stop.
What's goody, man?
Why you hating? No.
Listening.
Hey, no, we good, man. Just good to be with you, brothers. Peace to
Right.
LBZ.
Peace to the pod
Yeah,
father.
LB the
Yeah,
Pod Father was good, man.
Pod
I had to
father,
throw a little scratch. Pod father.
yeah,
And we need, hey, if
iceberg.
you a DJ, man, DM us, man. We need a DJ, man. We need to
All
get the intro.
day, all
We need to get
day.
the intro right, man. So we don't hit us on the
Facts.
copyrights, man.
Peace to
Factual.
Scanless too.
You know, we
Peace
pay.
to
Yeah,
DJ
hey, shout out
Scanless.
DJ. That DJ,
Absolutely.
yeah, tell me how DJ Scanless. I'm about to holler.
Yeah,
at.
there you go.
Yeah,
Iceberg,
man. Pull up.
brother. How cold is it where you are, brother? How
Man, we
cold is your
good,
game,
man. Like I
brother?
said, we good, man. Just again, man. Week 35, episode 116, Fresh Out Show. The new Rap City, No Basement, J
Yes,
Camp,
sir.
Done.
they'll be the Power Father, Bebo P. Every Wednesday, 9:30. You know where you at. Hit that
Know how we
NBA
do.
store, man. Get your jerseys for the season start. NBAstore.com. Actually, man, if you tap
Up
in
there.
with us, man, free shipping, over orders $25, man. Get right, man. Use our link, man. We'll throw it in there. Get us right. Also,
They
hit
got them
those
fresh
super
West brick
chats. Hit
joints.
those super chats, man. Super
That's right.
thanks, man.
Please.
The stickers, if you like what you're seeing, man, hit us up, man, and
Man,
just show
do
us some
that.
love, man.
Iceberg, the only one on this platform that's got money. Me and Bebo starving. So whatever y'all can do for us,
Hey,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Even if
Hey,
it's a penny,
but hey,
brother,
this is gonna be a
appreciate
good
it.
show tonight. This is gonna be a really, really good
Facts.
show, man. This is gonna be a
Hey,
really good
before
show,
we
man.
go in though, hit that like button and subscribe button and notification
Mhm.
Let's go,
bell.
man. Let's
In
go.
addition to the
Mhm.
super chat boys, you know what I'm saying? Fresh out, Rap
Mhm.
City, No Basement. Let's go with the great
Ooh,
episode
Let's
that you was
go.
just
And
getting us into, brother.
let's
man.
go. And
Hey,
please make sure you
And
copy
welcome,
West Brick
welcome.
jersey.
That
the
West
Westbrook.
Brick,
Copy
dog.
Well,
West
this
Brick
West
thing
jersey.
Brick, dog.
is the Westbrook joint on
Wow.
sale though? Is it on sale? Because he might get traded.
Hey, that's why it's good to cop it now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Copy now. Okay.
You know,
Well, hey,
if you see some little cats in Africa rocking the Westbrook boy, you
that
know,
baby blue Laker joint don't nobody like.
right, rocking the Boston Celtics NBA championship shirts. You know they get them over there first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Facts. Man, come on, man. D Von's in the building.
Peace,
We
peace
got
to
to base
D-Von.
Peace to
What's
Devon. What's
good,
good,
bro?
brother? What's good? What's
Day
Living
good?
one, man.
vicariously through him
D-Von,
as always. Living
Hey,
Oh,
vicariously.
D,
yeah.
we
through
got
that
a good
man.
show tonight, man. You gotta tap in, man. We got a good show tonight, man. Peace to the
Absolutely.
Kings, like always, man. D-Von always holding us down, man.
That's
You know how it
right.
goes.
Peace.
We gotta start the show off though, man, with the shout outs, man. If you don't know, this month was the 26th anniversary of that AT Aliens album from Outkast, classic album, man. Put in the chat, man, your favorite song from that album, man. I'm gonna tell you mine in a minute after the brothers do. Also, man, the baby. He only sold 500 tickets, man. Like, did baby really fall off like that, man? I'm a baby fan. I like baby. And then I like the baby better than Lil Baby. Pause. And then also Megan Thee Stallion, man, joined She-Hulk, the feminist little show joint. Shout out to Megan, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get Simply Marvelous to talk about this joint.
Red
But
Pill
what's your
Davis.
thoughts on the topics, man, so far on the shout outs, man, this week?
Well, first of all, shout out to Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Patton. Because I was jamming that in the Willing and Able Sable. Well, actually, I had a Ford Tempo back then. I take that back. I had a brown Ford Tempo that was in 97. I was jamming that AT Aliens, man, like it was going out of style. And it was so different too for that time. For that time
the
frame. Elevators was stupid, man. And that 3,000 verse on there was, come on,
man.
It's still a classic verse. Like the fact that we reference elevators already, we ain't even got into it yet. You know that's classic, man. But shout out to Outkast though, man. Timeless album, timeless music. We gonna rock that. We gonna celebrate that. Matter of fact, I got it queued up when I get out the show.
Let me set it off for you. Me and you,
yo mama and your cousin too. Tell them. Tell them.
Pulling up, slamming Cadillac doors.
Hey, the Outkast album is actually the theme for the night, the title for the night, which is but now it's real Jazzy Bell.
It's real Jazzy Bell.
Ooh, man, that Jazzy Bell was a fire track on that too. That was a fire track too.
Yeah.
You know,
it is. They are legendary. One of the best.
Man, that could have been one of the best sophomore albums, man. In my opinion, man.
Absolutely.
Man, I mean,
on the comeback, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bone had a hell of a sophomore album too, though. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Outkast, crazy sophomore album, man. It was so different from the first one.
That comic book in there too.
Crazy about
nuts,
man. And you can't tell me they don't have the best CD covers. They CD, like you pull the CD out the case, fam.
You know what time it
was.
You know what time it is, man. As far as Kirk, I mean,
that's Nightmare's favorite rapper too, by the
way. Nightmare ain't down with them 500 sales though. You know he ain't down with them 500 ticket sales. I guarantee you, Nightmare ain't copped a ticket.
Right.
Go see
if he comes to the Vogue, you gonna go Nightmare? We need to know, man.
Nightmare's like, I'm good on that one, man. I'm good. I'm real good on that, man.
But Silly Marvel's in the building to talk about he's saying who?
I'm not a Kirk hater at all, but he's on that decline. You know what I'm saying? He's on that decline. So it is what it is, man. I mean, he's had some issues, man. He's got to get past before he's back in the fold, if he can get back in the fold. You know what I'm saying? He might need a trampoline to get back in the fold.
Wow.
He might need to be Super Mario in order to jump back in the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And Meg, I mean, shout out to Meg, man. She-Hulk is big business. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of if you taking your red pill and what you think about it, you know what I'm saying? She-Hulk is big business. It's big money. Meg found her way in it. Salute.
Yeah.
It's a bag.
TBS is saying Kirk got too cocky, man.
That's what TBS is saying.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to TBS less.
Yeah, we gotta get TBS and Nightmare the bomb diggity all day.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Bebo, man, go in, man. I mean, I know you chopping at the bit on that Kirk joint.
I know he is too.
Yeah,
he can tell. Do.
Right. Oh man, y'all can tell we were some gamers on the system.
Great gamers, dog.
Man, y'all can tell.
Duck hunt, really though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nate though. We ain't got Nate.
Shout out, hey man, you be gaming though.
Yeah. But with that worst dog that was always laughing on that game too, Duck Hunt.
Stop.
But
hold on. My thing is Meg in the bag, or is she helping that brand? Because I don't think they did the numbers. We gotta get Simply Marvelous to talk about the numbers on that She-Hulk. But anyway, go in though.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't necessarily think she's helping.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, put it this way. If they're bringing let me put the coup phone real quick.
Go ahead.
If they putting on a black woman on the show on like Meg, I think that brings in, our demo as far as our women. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they don't have a reason to watch now our women have a reason to watch. You know.
But my thing is, if you don't really watch Marvel stuff, the MCU universe, I don't think you're gonna watch it because of Meg. I mean, why come in now? why tap in now? Because
D Riders, man, come on.
I get that, but I can't put that much faith into D Riders because I just don't think Meg moves the needle for Marvel. We're talking about one of the biggest franchises that's out there, and you think Meg moves the needle?
Hey man, George Foreman sold all them grills. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared about
George Foreman was heavyweight champ.
Grill, though, you know what I mean?
He was in the Thriller in Manila with one of the greatest of all time.
Thriller in the Villa, man. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Hot
stamped.
Girl Summer.
I'm not saying that
the hottest hottie right now.
Look, I'm not saying Meg is not just a suit. I don't want to say megastar. I don't want to say Meg is not a star because she is, but she ain't moving the needle for Marvel, fam. She just ain't. That needle ain't moving. If it's a record, it's staying in the same spot.
Power 500 in the building.
What
man.
up, Power 500?
He's saying She-Hulk got horrible ratings already. Plus, there's a little controversy in the VXF artist not being paid.
That is true. That is
true. But that's a fact. But my question for you though, Power, is Meg going to make those ratings increase?
Let's see how many views he got. Let's see how many IG followers Meg got. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think if Drake was on there, could he make it? Could he bring some?
Maybe not our age group, but maybe their age group.
I firmly believe you put somebody like Drake in there, he might get you some numbers.
Mega has 29 million followers, probably 20 with 9 million bots, but whatever.
I mean, you making a case, but I again, I just don't see him unless you make her
be marvelous, man. We gotta get somebody marvelous on it.
Unless you make her the new She-Hulk, maybe.
No, hey.
Pause. Salute to Meg though. I mean, shout out.
Yeah. Salute to Meg. Salute to Meg the Stallion.
That's why Megan the Stallion like. Out of me.
Go ahead, Bebo. You put the coof on too, man.
Put the coof on, baby. I know you want
to. I got no coof on this. I just definitely want to share and giving flowers to one of the most iconic, legendary groups of all time.
Absolutely.
1996 for Outkast was one of the best years in hip hop music in terms of vintage releases from such. Once again, an epic and legendary hip hop artists of this like and ilk.
Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
And if you like grits and
all that
oh yeah.
Nobody doing that, bro.
Nobody's. It's just two dope boys in the Cadillac. Yeah. Hey,
salute to Power for going in.
Oh yeah. Go in. Yeah.
Salute to Power for going in.
Oh yeah.
Power is the no hose bar.
Yeah, dude. There's that saying. He got that saying's power.
Right, no hose bar. Goku style.
Power 500, Mike 100. Man, come on, man.
Absolutely,
all day. I mean, but Outkast basically was essentially proved that this LP, ATLians, from their first classic album to, again, this one could generate a different approach with the same high quality classic sounds, stemming from ATL.
Out the dungeon.
Straight out the dungeon. Peace to Goody Mob too, and the Dungeon family. But this album was and still is a roll through. I mean, when you sell 350, I think it was 350K in the first 2 weeks back.
Hold up, he sold more than DJ Khaled. God did. Okay, keep going.
Stop it. That's later. And we talking about people actually going to the store. People actually buying the hard copy.
They went to the store to buy this. They didn't have to go on their
hard
phone.
copy. They bought the hard copy, my nigga.
Yeah, man.
You
know,
right.
Yo, mama and cousins too.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
y'all go ahead and cop this. Happy 26th year anniversary of ATLians from the iconic duo Outkast. Moving on to the baby, man. 500 tickets, man. That's not even like a fourth of the tickets that he was hoping to sell. When you do,
I'm surprised 50 Cent ain't commented on it yet.
I don't know.
But you know he's waiting to unleash.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know. But I discount what you said, J Camp. I just want to possibly add on a possibility. And that might be, the fact that it could, well, I won't say it's a fact, but it could have been the promoter's fault. Because I know, you know what I'm saying?
Bad promoters out there.
Yeah. Horrible. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, because there was another event going on that was targeting the youth or college students for the LSU versus Florida State game.
Hold on. This is Bill. Hold up. Let's stop the cap, man. This is Billboard, baby, man.
Hey.
No college campus should be stopping the ticket sales, man.
I mean, not when you got
this dude's been on Billboard magazine. He's called Billboard baby.
So since you got the kufi on, then let me ask you this: do you think it could be any of the controversies that he's been facing?
Well, that's what I said. I said
you got the go ahead, Jay. Hold on, pass it up. Jay,
you gonna
go ahead? Yeah, here you go. Jay,
I'll take it.
Take it out.
Okay.
But nah, I said there's probably some of them controversies. I mean, it's a lot of people that's going to try to cancel this man.
He said some of them Christians. He said some about the Rainbow Coalition.
Yep.
He says some, then he's
disrespecting
his baby mama.
Oh yeah, and his
get off my table.
Get about my table.
And him and his crew bodied her brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bowling.
Dude, on that peanut oil, on that Carver peanut oil on that bowling alley. You know what I'm saying?
And they released their footage. Man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Powerful and the baby mama, man. You can't disrespect black women, brown women, and then punch his brother, and then talk about Christmas
and disrespect the Rainbow Squad too. So when you think about all the things that he's done, and you start to add up what the media is doing too, the canceling. That's 500 tickets.
Hey,
that's 500
I'm not going to discount that either. I'm not going to discount.
Hey man, shout out to Kenny. Kenny said the brother deserves to get rocked though. Shout out to Kenny.
Kenny said he deserved that rock him sock.
You gotta get that 2-piece with the biscuit, that LL Cool J.
I ain't saying Kenny. We wasn't thinking it.
We wasn't, man.
You basically took the words out of my mouth.
You gonna rock him on camera though? Come on, man.
Hey.
Gonna rock him on camera.
Nah. And on the iceberg peanut oil.
That Carver died.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
attacked by Randall.
Yeah, popping cats.
I'm saying I'm saying, man, they out to cancel it, man.
Hey, I won't rule that out either. I won't. We'll just see how further.
Hold on. Who comes back faster, man? Him or Travis Scott?
That's a good
Probably
question.
Travis Scott, because he's got the machine behind him. He's got the Kardashians, the Jenners, and he's got like cats like Sus. Sus.
He got Sus Diddy too.
That's true.
Sus Diddy be tying his do-rag from the back.
Yeah.
I
got you.
I gotta agree though. I gotta agree with the do-rag shit too, but also with what J Camp said in terms of his answer and the reasoning behind it. Who was next? Shout out to Meg for landing a role. It's my understanding she's a fictionalized version of herself in She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I suppose she might some significant screen time, they say, as well. I'm not sure if it's fitting or not, since I've never seen Meg on screen as an actress.
She gonna be twerking on the daggone show.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. I sure wouldn't be surprised. And hey, I have yet to catch up on my Marvel shows and movies and all that, but it seems like with an announcement like this, who knows? I don't know if it'll further keep things further the same or if it'll really skyrocket it. But if I were to be a betting man, I don't think it's really going to move the needle.
Not for a character that's not really. I don't want to say that She-Hulk is not a popular character. I don't want to go there, but not for a character that we're going to see a few times. Like I can't see Meg really boosting this show. You know what I'm saying?
Can't either. I'm just throwing out.
It's just I gotta. That's when I got to throw my kufi. Like the machine is big, but the machine ain't gonna push She-Hulk over the threshold.
She's got 30. Hey man, this thing at the end of the day, when it's
Power 500.
Yeah, when the spaghetti's hot, man, you gotta throw it on the wall, man. So stick right. You know what I'm saying?
So they try. I mean, shout out to Disney for for throwing mud at the wall. I mean, I ain't mad at them. I mean,
Power 500 singing the Ghostface Killer, that Iron Man 01. You know,
listen, you got cats in these marketing departments They got to get the bag. They like, look, let's get Meg the Stallion. Let her twerk.
Oh, and then let's be clear. Who's staying at home watching Netflix, man? It's black women, man. So come on, we gotta find somebody cheat. We can't get Sweetie. She ain't popping. We can't get Cardi B. She at home with the kids.
Well, how many black folks got their Disney Plus though? Well, I guess you can get it with your cell phone playing now, so that's a little bit different. A little bit different.
Or you can get that what's that Cody on the Fire Stick.
Man, if you got good internet connection.
It's a second act MCO for TV series only Disney Plus. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Dog Answer had them nuggets on deck too.
Wow.
Stop it.
Wow.
Stop it.
We're gonna support it. We're gonna watch it.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Meg for that move. Shout out to
Simply Marvelous and shout out to Nightmare. You know, we're gonna be in tune.
Kenneth gave it the
boo-boo thumbs down.
Oh man.
Cooking with gas right now.
Let me give it one for Kenneth.
There you go.
What's the book of the week, man?
So the book of the week, we're gonna go with one called Original Gangsters, the untold story of Dr. Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Tupac Shakur, and the birth of West Coast rap by author Ben Westhoff. This book basically covers the details of NWA's emergence and significance in the hip hop sector of the music industry. Hey, remember, NWA was birthed in the 80s when you had the crack era, Reaganomics, gang violence, which is, always a thing. But just, at that time, it was pretty significant. And just like several events that were pretty pressing, to say the least. So for a collective comprised of, again,
rest in peace,
Trae.
Easy.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the legendary Eazy-E.
With that fro in the back, man. It's classic.
Man, that girl. Hanging rops.
Yeah, you got swag. If you put a hat on a curl.
He put a hat on the curl. And it's still perfect in the back.
There.
Man.
That's swag.
With that sheen.
Motherfucker, Drake, motherfucker, that bro.
Now here comes the left blow.
The real Counter City G's.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Eazy, man.
That joint was heavy. Shout out to Easy, man.
Hey, come on.
He gonna get a toast for that one. He got to get a toast, man.
Man, Eric Wright. It's all the same.
Now, but you got Dr. Dre, Ice Cube.
My grip.
Someone stacks my grip. And not only was the music industry shaken, but society was really taken aback as well. For those that are old enough like us to remember, like, the events that took place at that time frame, in addition to what also was covered in the book, the East Coast versus West Coast beef that spawned in the 90s with these, not from them per se, but just with them in the mix, so to speak. And we can't forget about two of hip hop's Mount Rushmore, Tupac and Biggie, sadly, having their lives robbed from us during the era as well, in the 90s.
I them brothers.
Those Mount Rushmore cats, man, just it's
I think baby gangster.
Yeah, man, yeah. But with the passing of Pac and Big, man, I think cats kind of got batten down the hatches, so to speak, and close the doors of increased tensions between East and West Coast. And I think they covered that, in the book as well. But yeah, there's certainly more content in these pages of what Ben's book entails than what I can summarize. But definitely go out and check this book out for at least a glimpse at some of the original gangsters, along with the hard circumstances that they were dealing with during the career and upbringing. Y'all, so go and check this out.
Yes.
Hey, this is a good book. It's on sale, so get on Amazon. We'll put in a link, man, here in a minute, man. We'll definitely go cop that.
Dope book.
Great job, Bebo P. This is why you come to Fresh Out, man. We give you not only the CDs, vinyl to cop, man, hip hop toys and all that stuff, man, but we give you, some dope little books and whatnot, man. But
hey, piece to that, what y'all was talking about right there too. For one more time before you clip off there, piece to that too. Yeah, he killed that.
Come on, man.
Frosky. New York.
Man, what you got?
LA, yep.
What you got for the bars of the week?
Man, I'm glad Bebo kept us in the West Coast, because that's where we're gonna stay for the
Okay.
bars of the
All right.
week. We gonna go with D-Claim, aka Dudley Perkins and Mad
Mm-hmm.
Lib.
Okay.
Man, with the In the Beginning Volume 2 project is freaking heavy.
Okay.
If you love 90s hip hop, this sound like a straight Tribe, a Brand Nubian type of album. That's what this sound like. I mean, this album is
fire,
sick, man. It's straight flame, straight flame. Like I first listened to this, I was like, yo, like what era? Like did I hop in a hot tub time machine? You know what I'm saying? Like Mad Lib killed the production on here. First of all, like salute to him. You know, I've always said, man, that D-Claim, he's like he's the West Coast version of Fife to me. He's like the West Coast version of Fife, man.
Yes.
And
500's right.
You know,
one half of Mad
you probably heard Dudley on a lot of Alcoholics track. I mean, if you're a fan of Alcoholics, he was on a lot of the Licks albums, like back in the day.
Yeah,
he's got a whole lot of solo projects, man. This is the volume 2 of this series.
I saw the volume 1 when I was making it joint. I was like, oh, at volume 2. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, volume 1 was dope too, but volume 2 just came out like last week.
Okay.
It's heavy, man. Like it's heavy. This is straight 90s era hip hop. If you a fan of that backpacker 90s era, you know what I'm saying, rockers, you know what I'm saying? It's
oh yeah.
It's cold, man. Shout out to all these cats, man, for putting this type of music out, man. This album is for the old heads.
Well, really I'm gonna definitely check it out. And like a couple of you brothers, some of you brothers were saying, rest in peace to Fife.
Man, rest in peace to Fife, the legendary Alcoholics.
He deserves a toast too.
Man, but this album is so different though than what you used to hearing Mad Lib on lately. Like
it's hard to go wrong with Mad Lib though. It's really
hard to go wrong, man. It's hard but this is like it's straight out of it's like they pulled this directly out of like Q-Tip's bag.
Oh shoot.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's straight Tribe type sound, man. It's dope, man. Like I'm telling you, this was nostalgic for me when I heard it. But definitely check that out, man. Like I said, if you ain't feeling it, let us know that too. You know, I need to know that too. If you ain't feeling some of these bars of the week, definitely say, nah, man, it was trash, straight garbage. But this is dope though. I swear to you, this is dope.
Yes,
shout out to the West Coast.
Great job on this selection.
Hey, this is why you come to Fresh Out, man. We give you this new stuff you're not going to hear on Hip Hop DX and nothing like that, man.
Right.
Straight from J Kent, man. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we go on, go ahead and check out that membership. Go ahead and support Fresh Out. Yep. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and like buttons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, support the platform as we want to support you, as we try our best to do, and you know, rock out with the world's most dangerous podcast reps. Basement. Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
Saying when the Mad Lib was not delivered, I can't think of a time.
Facts. I can't think of a time when he just ain't delivered.
Facts,
exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Mad Lib is so consistent.
He is consistent. So Nightmare. Absolutely.
Cop the album. This is we basically put out stuff, man. J Cam's basically giving you handcrafted stuff that he's pulling out. A pause that you need to put on your playlist, man. So every time we're gonna make sure your playlist is right. You know,
nothing that's commercial. You know what I'm saying? If you love hip hop, it's gonna be stuff that you just need to hear. Adult contemporary music is what I call it. That's gonna touch every side of how we grew up, how we all grew up. We all grew up as fans of hip hop. Most of us that is on this show, listen to the show, we grew up in a golden era, what I call it. You know what I'm saying? So this album takes you back to the golden era.
Okay.
Facts.
You need that.
Well, but like I said, let's talk about some commercial.
With that tear. Come on, stop it.
J Camp's favorite crocodile.
Hey man, first of all, we didn't have Devon on, we didn't have Nightmare on when we talked about this album. I want to know what y'all think about this album and Nightmare. We need to know what you think about that Jay-Z verse. So with this thing, and I think J Kent, was you on when we talked about this? Like, first of all, first week numbers out for sales. Now let's be clear. They had 31 features on this DJ Khaled album. This was like the big deal for the summer. We didn't get a Nas, we didn't get a J, so that's when we maybe 4 quarters. So this is like the big deal that the label rolled out for the summer.
Yeah.
It's pretty much he basically is hitting about 100, 115. And like J Camp said earlier, nobody has to go out to go buy these albums. So, and they got bots and all this other stuff. So the numbers are probably still inflated. So again, was this a flop when it comes to Drake, Little Baby, everybody that was on this joint? Not necessarily the DJ Khaled brand, but the people who's on the album that normally anybody else can't get. Is this a flop?
Man, it's hard for me to
say. You got this. You got it.
I did. Because God didn't flop.
Flop is it's a hard
for this amount. But for this amount of stars, was it a flop?
But I get that. But you said a key term in there too, where you said a key word. You said brand. Is this an indictment on Khaled's brand? Which I think it is. Like I
go
think.
In.
Look,
go in with that Kofi.
I'm a salute Khaled for being able to bring artists together. I'm gonna always salute him for that. That's what DJs should be able to do.
Facts.
But this dude be doing too much. He be doing way too much. You do the most. You know what I'm saying? Like too many antics. You yelling too much. Like it seems fake, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't seem authentic. Like when we see Premier doing his thing, when we seen Rest in Peace K Slay doing his thing, that seems authentic. Like you not trying. This dude is trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not a baby of the culture. Let's be clear there too. Like you kind of like stepped in the culture.
13. You know this is his 13th album too. This should have been a nice little jumper joint.
It should have been, jumper. But what different have we seen from Khaled since album 1? We ain't seen too much different. It's all been the same.
Hey, pass me up the Kofi, Bebo.
Even sonically, it's been the same. Go ahead, Iceberg.
But this yes, the Kofi's for you.
Okay, but this is more of an indictment on Khaled than it is the numbers. Like I don't think it has anything to do with Drake, Lil Baby, none of them, because them cats can do a solo project right now, and it's gonna do better numbers than this. This is all Khaled.
Well, this is the thing though. Kenneth is saying it's not a flop because in 2022, no one else can pull this off. As far as I'm guessing, Kenneth is saying that nobody can pull off what you're saying as far as getting all these features together and putting it on
that's
one
where.
album.
But that's why I gave him the flowers. But to me, we know Hove can do better numbers than this. We know Drake can. We know Lil Baby can. It has to be that guy. There's no other place to point it but him. It's him. To me, his brand is stale. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. Like, I mean, if you got all these cats on here and you did 115, come on, fam. That ain't what we asked for. Especially when you able to bring that amount of talent together and put them on one album. You should be out here shining. That's an indictment on that dude. Because he be, like I said, because that dude be doing too. Look at that album cover. You can't tell me that ain't so weak.
A lot of Beijing on that cover.
Buffoonery. A lot of Beijing.
A lot of carpet shine.
A lot of Just For Me. All that. Like you doing too much, bro. Like I respect when cats just do them, act your age. You know what I'm saying? Like
now, don't
this
get me wrong,
dude's out here wearing skinny jeans. To me, when you wearing skinny jeans, you doing all this. That's why your ish is flopping, my guy. Well, because you're trying to do too much. That's exactly my point.
I think Bebo said it. Like, shout out to Street Runner because Street Runner been holding him down. But again, this is Dodge Challenger, Charger spinning in the intersection, doing donuts with
man.
Your
this
boy
is Kia Sportage.
Yeah,
this is Kia Sportage.
And again, I agree with Devon. It's a glorified mixtape.
That's what it is.
It is.
That's what it boils down to.
But it seemed like all his albums be glorified mixtapes.
Yeah. But I agree with Powerful 100 where he needs to go back to Cool and Dre. And Kenneth, I agree with Kenneth. The brand is stale. This is some moldy bread.
It's
moldy
super
bread.
Stale.
Yep.
Bebo go in.
Super stale. Burnt toast. That's what this is. Go ahead, Bebo.
No, I needed you to get those leftovers out like you squeezing the last or something. No, they need every last piece of that, man, because Ooh, J Camp just cooked. With all of the primetime mainstream artists,
I know you about to go in. Go ahead.
I'm about to die. I mean, but with all the A-list type of artists, primetime cats, man, that's on this God Did album.
Unacceptable, man.
You said it best, man. It's disappointing to have an album of so many heavy hitters to only sell 100K in its first week upon the compilation's release. Generally isn't bad for like maybe one person or a duo artistically, but given that it likely took let me just say a few to several $1 million to get all of these features on board for this album, and probably took even just as much, if not, well, I'm gonna say just as much, but there was a considerable amount just to get all the videos that he's still releasing. Or at least I would imagine, selling only 100K, he took a financial loss. And mind you, this is the guy that got the star on the Walk of. I thought he was supposed to be that guy, but God did. Hey, but the powers that be, hey, they're gonna continue to back him. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're still gonna hear that DJ Khalid,
right,
yelling on albums.
Yeah. They're still
do I like him as a
we
person?
the best.
Do I like him as a person? Yes. Do I like the music that he's putting out? No, because
that's all we're talking about.
Diarrhea music at the end of the day.
That's all we're talking about is constructive
you
criticism.
Got all
of the
these,
music.
And that's the point. You got all these dudes, but you got diarrhea music. It don't add up, and that's why your numbers is like that. And like Kenneth said, like I said, that is just stale.
Yeah,
don't nobody want to hear that no more.
That was super stale.
That would DJ Drama and Khalid versus. Well, versus is going through something, so we don't know about that. But just generally speaking, though, I mean, we already know who'd get that drama.
So this is the thing. So let's be clear. A Jay-Z 60 to 80 bar verse couldn't say this album.
Well, apparently not.
Give Iceberg at Kofi.
Hey, I think you last had it, Camper.
Go
hey,
go ahead, Iceberg. You got it, bro.
A 60 bar 4-minute verse from Jay, a timeless verse, couldn't save this record and get you at least a 200.
Hove did. Look at what the Grove did.
Grove did.
Stop.
What?
I think it's the rise of the DSP. It's kind of compilation stuff. It's kind of over.
Yeah, well,
is it over, or is it this style of music over with? Because he took a BG record and put Drake and Lil Baby "Staying Alive, Staying Alive, Staying Alive." Then you're gonna take the Eddie Murphy record and put Migos on it.
It was so Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's just not being.
And that Staying Alive should have stopped at Wyclef's Carnival.
Creativity is not there, man.
It's not.
It's not there, bro.
That's why I said trying to do too much. Like you trying to put too much out there that people aren't going to respect because they've heard the originals. You doing too much, like you trying to duplicate too much stuff, and it's not coming out good, bro.
It's old packaging. It's not saying Jay's. This is Khaled's album, not Jay's.
Well, yeah, it's Khaled's album, but Jay had the 80 bars when nobody else did. You know what I'm saying? As the
look at J Camp smiling with the smirk though.
Man,
So J Camp did the Jay-Z verse make you go, okay, yeah, he back.
Man,
I think that's the answer right there, folks. It's taking.
We're gonna have a whole lot of them Hove fans.
Them Hove fans gonna be mad, man.
They're gonna be flaming.
They're gonna be in
the comment section. Nah, man. Like to me, Jay-Z should be. He only needs 16 or 20 bars, and should be able to ether any verse that he's on. This man had 80 bars, and while it was solid, it was nice, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like when I heard this, oh man, Hove is back. It wasn't even like the Jay Electronica Hove. That's when I felt like, okay, Hove is back in the building. Nah, this wasn't even close. This was just all right, Khalid. To me, this that's why I said this is more an indictment on Khalid. Hove gave you 80 bars, and it wasn't even like vintage Hove. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like something I felt like, well, Hove is just back. Like the Hove ain't back. Hove gave you 80.
Hove back.
Hove gave you 80 just average bars.
He did give 80, well, 79, 79 bars of the same Jay-Z that you heard as of late.
Then we heard of late.
What was the difference of what he was talking
didn't
about
have
on
to.
this one? What are you talking about on? What's the difference between he was talking about this one and Sorry Not Sorry with Nas?
There's not really much difference. I mean,
it's the same bars.
He talked Billionaire talk on that Sorry Not Sorry track like he did on here. You know what I'm saying? Which I mean, nobody's hating on, you know,
I'm not hating on
anybody's not hating on Jay.
But I think we've said on this show many times is your producer can kind of pull the animal out on you too. So we gotta think about the production. Was it gonna pull the animal out in Jay? No. I don't even blame Jay for having the mediocre bars on here or the average bars. I don't even blame Jay for that. Okay. To me, Khalid did not do this man service by giving him. To me, it wasn't nothing that I would think Jay-Z would just destroy. I mean,
but do you think like Khalid could be like? Do you really think at this stage
he probably freestyled 78 of those bars?
Right. and so you know that Khalid didn't like go in there and produce Jay. You know, I mean, given where Jay's at, career-wise and just legacy-wise. Along with that, do you feel like
Hit Boy Nas type stuff? This wasn't like
so since you said this is mediocre,
I ain't gonna bring Nas into it, man.
I only said that because of producer. Like when I'm talking about like producer bringing out the best in the MC, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because Khalid did what 85% of production, right, on this track.
Street Runner helped produce
Street Runner. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought Khalid had a hand.
Khalid don't make beats. No, he don't.
Well, I mean, I know he has. Well, at least he said he has.
He's tried.
You know, but this wasn't like a Jay-Z type of track where I felt that he would have just went ham on anyway. I guess I wouldn't have a fan of the beat. I guess I put it to you like that.
That's all good. Real quick, if I may, Iceberg, do you feel, Camper, or Iceberg, and you guys let us know too, do you feel as if Jay possibly is holding back more prime Jay for an Alma Low secret album that he is quietly working on or not? It don't have to be a long answer.
The question is he dropping something this year?
Is he dropping? Yeah. Is he saving his best for his own work while giving something maybe not as prime on Khalid and, you know, maybe somebody else stuff right now? Or is it Koofy talk?
I think he was really trying. This is the thing. He said,
I don't feel like he was trying. I mean,
he said, listen, then listen again. Or this is what LeBron James said. Listen and listen again. Make sure you got the point. Hove did, and so did the reporter. And then Jay-Z said, Jay-Z got back on Twitter to talk today about this verse. He said, my only goal is to make the real ones feel seen. Forgive me, that's my passion talking. Ha ha. So Jay was like, Jay's feeling himself. This ain't holding back.
Okay. When I heard Jay's verse,
drop a bomb for those facts.
I didn't feel like he was in the lab just like going bananas. I felt like he was like, all right, I'm gonna get these 80 in for Khalid and I'm out. That's the way I felt about that. Now on his own ish, I think he would be more in the lab and get his pen a little bit better. But for this, nah. And it wasn't like a typical Jay type of producer. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how Jay handcrafts his stuff, regardless if it's a Jay track we feeling or not. He's at least handcrafting it. This wasn't something I felt Jay would ever handcraft at all. And while I want to flame Jay a little bit, I'm not, because I feel like this is more an indictment on Khalid again. That's just my personal
everybody's guilty, man. You know, everybody's guilty by association, man. Speaking of association, man, we got to talk about my man Trae.
Stop
you know what I'm saying? Trae the truth, man.
Shout out to Trae.
They got to altercation, man, allegedly in They got into an altercation, man, in Houston, man, at a 50 Cent party. 50 Cent always starts some tycoon stuff and somebody get beat up. And so shout out to Zero. Zero's my guy. First of all, man, I love Zero's voice on all the hooks he does.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some of the best hooks, man, in my opinion.
Yeah,
when the
Zero's
Houston
dope,
area
man.
music. But regardless, man, like Houston's known for their unity, man. You know what I'm saying?
Their
and when
camaraderie.
they do have issues, man, they squash it behind closed doors. I mean, Zero's had issues with Slim before, and they squashed that. But a lot of people are blaming Trae because Trae's, we're not gonna snitch, but somebody in Trae's situation gave him a 2-piece with a biscuit on camera. Gave him that LL Cool J down. So with the fried okra,
the snack box.
Gave him a snack box, and so again, and we know, and shout out to Zero, man. We know Zero's had some issues with alcohol before, so this could have been something that has something to do with it. Trae was saying it's just family business, and you know it is what it is. He got the 2-piece. Just real quick, man. We're not gonna stand this long, man. What's your thoughts just on this, man? And how do you resolve it? Because it does make us look bad as black men when we can't basically sit down. And then also, let's be clear, Trae has a key to the city, man. You can't be.
He got a key to the city, man.
Even your people over here giving out 2 pieces.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect that what you just said. Trae having a key to the city, and as much as he's done for the city of Houston, I mean, dude was out there in the water saving victims. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to him for that.
I would have to feel that someone is in his ear saying, "Hey, bro, like it's bigger than this. Like, let's come to the table." I'm sure Jay Prince, you know, he's typically the man who brings cast together, especially. He don't want to have this type of light shined on Houston because, like you said, they usually have the camaraderie, they usually have the unity, they usually ain't about none of this foolishness. If they are, it's behind closed doors typically. But this was out in the open, unfortunately, for us all to see. So I think the cooler heads will prevail. I think that they will come to the table and iron all this out. But it's going to take, you know what I'm saying, a lot for this to happen, but I believe that it will happen.
Bum B was a Trill Burger.
Oh man!
And also,
shout out to Trill
Burger. Zero got snubbed. Trae was in the video, but he didn't do nothing. But he also didn't hold nobody back neither. So
yeah, I think that part was the kind of like the bad look on it to me.
I don't care what no black man do, man. I ain't
Trae don't normally get in awards like this.
He
normally don't do all this.
Nah, Trae's like the cool cat, man. He always trying to save cat. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it was Trae, but again in the video, Trae didn't really do nothing. So, BOP, what's your thoughts on this, real quick?
Man, obviously this isn't a positive news situation for either. I personally don't think, you know, though this wasn't a good look on either side. I personally don't think that either person lost any credibility, you know what I'm saying, regarding the matter. Apparently, what's good? Every once in a while, you gotta let the folks know you
man.
Shoot. Hey, man. Hey.
Candace is about them hands.
Hey, I see.
Sometimes
man.
A snack box is deserved.
Oh,
yeah, man. I ain't mess with Kenneth, man. Kenneth gonna punch you, man.
But you know what? Apparently, when you look into the story, they chopped it up for a couple hours after the scuffle. So I do think that's cool as long as they ended off on a positive resolution, either for good or at least the time being. The details seem to be mysterious as far as like exactly happened and why and all that type of stuff. But either way,
I completely agree with that. It sounds like some he said, she said.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you just never know. But when it comes to family matters, since these two brothers is related, I try to let whoever is involved in such a fashion work out the situation amongst themselves. So
that's the crazy
I don't want to speak, too much on this. One, because I can't, and two, even more so because I just don't want to. We just want to keep seeing these two brothers win.
continue to win, man,
so,
and do music together. To me, music is going to solve a lot of ills, man.
Yeah,
just continue to win, put out great music, but also do some music together. So that's what I want to see.
Well, and we talk about this stuff because, hey, man, stuff does happen, man, when you're around other men. But as black men, we need to resolve it, squash it, move on, to show the younger ones, man, that, hey, man, it's not that trill. You ain't got to put no guns out.
And you can still get the bag and do all that old foolishness.
And apparently they did once again. So shout out to Zero and Trae the Truth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey, sometimes, hey, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
100%.
Not advocating for anything that's, not so positive, but we get it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, as long as they were able to settle it, that's what's up. And hopefully they can move forward without any more incidents.
100%.
Speaking of incidents, we gotta talk about Dame Dash, aka LB the Podfather's uncle.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now we love Dame, but we know Dame got a hot head. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Come on the podcast, and we need to get you on the podcast. But he was on the podcast. He was talking about Jay. And he's talking about some rocky stuff that he's done back in the day. Do y'all think he should stop talking about Dame? Stop talking about Jay, because now it looks like he's and yeah, that was a bad look for H-Town, you know what I'm saying? TBS. Kenneth gonna punch him, so but what do y'all think he should stop talking about Jay? You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make him look like he's bitter. I mean, like, what's your thoughts just on him and just the whole thing of him always being connected to Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying?
I personally think so. I personally think that Dame, has a right to feel some level of, hurt or whatever whatever he would consider it. You know what I'm saying? Because
he calls it betrayal.
Betrayal. Okay. Yes. Okay. Betrayal. He is definitely within his right to feel that way, given certain circumstances. And I'm not saying that to say that 100% innocent in his moves during their Rockefeller days and Rockaware times. But at the same time, man, I think that, and see, folks, so many people think we're just Jay-Z haters. That's not the case. Iceberg says he wears the Yankee hat because of Jay. You know what I'm saying? Largely. We don't hate Jay. We love, we love listening to.
We want Jay to be accountable for some of the dumb stuff he does.
Absolutely. And honestly, both of these brothers. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, we definitely want accountability to take place. I will say, along with that, Jay doesn't really talk about Dame. Dame talks about Jay-Z. So I think that, okay, after maybe a few times or whatever, it was kind of understandable just to kind of get some clarity from at least his perspective.
TBS.
But like TBS Les is saying, hey, it's time to move on. It's been time to move on, and just do your thing, man. Do your thing, Dame. Because you got a lot of folks looking up to you too, from a business standpoint and just an integrity standpoint too.
Janetta would stop. Janetta would basically stop doing
it. Turn this man's mic off.
Oh man, TBS.
But long story short,
you better get him.
Pull the cord.
Janetta did, God did, and Janetta did. Jay Kemp, man, what's your final thoughts on this, man?
Jay Kemp want to say, stop it. My father would right now.
No, I agree 100% with Bebo P and TBS. It's time to move on. I mean, I get it too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, we get hurt by the one homie we put our faith in.
I mean, he smashed Becky with the good hair. We know who that is.
And Dame kept that under wraps too. He kept that quiet. You know what I mean? But I mean,
tell nobody.
Dame felt that they had the keys to build a true empire, not just a hip hop empire, but an actual empire to where they could live off their last names forever. Their kids could live off those names, man, for forever and a day, man. And Jay-Z's done moved on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, we got to close that book, man. We got to close the chapter, regardless of how bitter we are, regardless of the betrayal. we got to close the book, man, because at the end of the day, he's not thinking about you. And that's probably what hurts him the most. But that should also be the piece that says, you know what? Let me go ahead and do Dame. Let me do me. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. But that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Like I said, Bebo P basically eloquently said that the best. And they just need to keep it moving, man, like Jay has. Jay's moved on. You know what I'm saying? He's got 80 bars on Khaled's album. You know what I'm saying? And not one of them bars is about Dame. So, you know, 80 bars and your man's ain't got a single bar on that album about you. You know, he gave you one mention when he got that award. he gave you a half a bar. You know what I'm saying? When he got that award. That was about it. That right there that should hit home. You know what I'm saying? You put your head in the pillow, shed a few tears, and wake up the next day, man, and keep it moving.
With that Khaled tear.
Yeah. With that one Khaled tear.
That one
joint and keep it pushing, man. But shout out to Dame.
Khaled tear.
Shout out to Dame, man.
I hope he's able to move on, man. And I appreciate Dame too for always dropping gems every time he's on somebody's podcast or on somebody's show, man. He's always preaching about how Black men should evolve and own their name so that their kids will understand how important their last name is. I appreciate Dame for preaching that, man. I've learned a lot from that dude just by listening to him, man. So just continue to do that. Continue to be a beacon. You know what I'm saying? Not just for Black men, for Black people.
From a progressive standpoint,
unless he's still stealing a young Chris flowback.
Wow, not to go.
The flowback to go. With the doggy
man, he said
from that Ray them headphones with that what's that
Raycon.
No, in the drive-through joint.
That crystals,
yeah.
Can I take your order?
Right.
Get your ass out of here.
Yeah,
get that Jack Harlow meal.
With the lemonade. That
right.
Speaking of meal, man, we gotta talk about Fat Joe.
Man.
First of all, salute to Fat Joe. It's our guy, man. You know how we hold it down, man, for Fat Joe all day. Yeah, no legend, pretty much. Kenneth all the James. Now, Fat Joe, we were talking about Fat Joe last week about, you know, him being on Matt Hoffa's podcast and talking about just him putting on artists and doing his thing. This week, he's talking about Latinos helping birth hip hop. And a lot of Black cats got upset about it. A lot of African Americans, a lot of FBA, foundational Black Americans. Shout out to Tariq. Tariq was highly upset about this. But I see a different side of that. But before I even give my 2 cents, what did you guys think about Fat Joe basically including Latinos in the origin of hip hop? Is he right or wrong? Was it just Black people who just made hip hop what it is today?
J Camp, you gotta go on. You gotta start this one because I got some words for this one. Some words.
Oh, I'm gonna pass to Kofi here in a minute, but I mean, I feel he had to. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree necessarily, but when you think of his own personal lineage and the cast that he put on lineage, their foundation, I mean, why wouldn't he feel that way? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure, like, when he goes back to the crib, when he's going back to San Juan, they like, hey, Joey, you putting on hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know they saying it. You know they putting it in his ear. So eventually, at some point, he's going to start to believe that. But I don't blame Joe at all for feeling that way. And let's be clear, too, even though while I don't believe he is part of the necessary founding, but he is a core piece of hip hop history. So you can't speak of hip hop history without mentioning what Fat Joe has brought to the game. I mean, he talked about some of that on Matt Hoffa, but being like kind of putting us in the game and you kind of creating a new box.
Well, let's clarify though.
This thing? Fat Joe was not only just saying himself, but just Latinos in general. From and I'm gonna go in before you go in, Bebo, because I know you're gonna go in. But I mean, DJ Disco Wiz. I mean, he was the first.
Exactly.
He was the first Latino hip hop DJ. DJ Charlie Chase, Pumpkin, the Real Roxanne, Shabadoo from Breaking and Breaking 2 with Electric Boogaloo. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There's been tons of hip hop cats, man. Tony Touch, man.
I disagree put on it. With none of that. I disagree with none of that. I think the way it came out, I think if he could have like eloquently put that out there better, it would have made more sense. But I think the way he said it, he made it sound like, you know, like Latinos basically influence blacks to create hip hop. That's the way I took it that he said. I think that's the way Tariq may have took it. But I wasn't upset about it. There's a difference between disagreeing with somebody and being upset about it. Like Cass I was not that upset about that. Because sometimes, man, like when people put a mic in front of your face, it's easy to misspeak, or it's easy for somebody to take you out of context. I take your words out of context, so to speak. So, but to his point though, and you just said it too, Iceberg, there's been a lot of Latinos and Latinas that have had their hand in hip hop. Like we should salute that. Instead of like getting upset with Fat Joe about what he said, let's actually dig in deeper. Because if we had Kathy on here, that's what she would have did, and she would have been fact checking. So I think before we go in on Fat Joe, like we should at least fact check some of the stuff that he said. You know
Kenneth is saying Fat Joe's right. Hip hop has many Latinos, Afro-Latinos involved in breaking, DJing, rapping. Let's remember graffiti. Let's not forget
and when you break it down, just like
the hip hop in the 70s, you know what I'm saying?
When you break it down, just like Kenneth said, the Latinos covers a whole span of folk. You know what I'm saying? You got your Afro-Latinos, you got, you know, like your the Mexican Latino. You got Latinos everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just one standard looking Latino. Like there's Latinos everywhere. So I think when you break it down like that, like Kenneth just did, there's a lot of truth in what he said. Like that's why I said you got to dig into the facts of what he's actually saying instead of just taking it. He said it broadly. I think that might have been where he messed up. He painted a broad brush. But when you start to dig in, though, there's some truth to what he said. There is an element of truth. But go ahead, Iceberg. You got it.
Bebo go in, man.
This is where I gotta
now go ahead, Bebo.
This is where I gotta disagree with most of what
bring out the gauge.
Now I did hear what you said about the origin, being, not being the case of Latinos creating it, but and Drum Major SCSU. Salute I'm glad. It's funny. Drum Major helped to set this off for me because let's be clear. The narrative that was the thing that Fat Joe said. What Fat Joe said at first was basically blacks created hip hop and Latinos created hip hop on a 50-50 basis. So he was very specific with what he initially mentioned. Right. Then when he came back on to, address the situation,
that's when he clarified.
Well, he tried to clarify, but that's when the specific turned into a vague generality. Like why folks mad that, we help to, influence or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So the specific of 50-50, which is not true, right? As far as the origin, the creation of hip hop, and I'm going to give some receipts too. I'm going to give some receipts too.
But I agree with you there because that's when it gets
and you did say that, and you did say that too.
When you say creation is like, hey, yes, we started it.
hey, when you make a claim like that, you better come through and have something substantial to prove it. And Fat Joe hadn't done so because, quite frankly, I don't think he can. I can. When you go back to the 40s, 1940s, heck, arguably the 1930s, group, kind of a gospel group called the Jubilaires. And they got a song along with a video in black and white called Noah. They're essentially rapping as a gospel group that verse. 1940s. There's evidence of that.
I never thought of them as hip hop, but
hey,
preaching.
It still was an origin of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the only one, because you had Pig Meat Markham from Durham, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? He did a joint. He was a comedian back then, and he had a joint called Here Comes the Judge back in 1968. You know what I'm saying? James Brown. You know what I'm saying? That alone. You know what I'm saying? Rapper's Delight with Sugar Hill. I mean, and there's more, I'm sure. Receipts, better yet, those are invoices of Black Americans' creation of hip hop.
Shout out to DJ Scandalous.
Shout out to DJ Scandalous.
He was just talking about you earlier too,
100%.
man. I need to get you a scratch on something. I need some scratching, man. Anyway, go ahead.
No. I mean, look, yes, Latinos kind of came later in the game to, as I don't know, they came later on the game, maybe in the 70s and 80s, and they came. You had your heck. I did a book of the week of somebody that was of a Caribbean or Haitian descent, who Herc. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my thing before you keep on going in, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead,
man. Is I look at the Fearless Foursome as one of the first rap hip hop groups or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you got to look at Devastating Tito. You know what I'm saying? Tito Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the end of the day, man, he was in that joint. I'm not gonna say, it's just all black cats, and I think sometimes, man, things like this pop out to if anything, to divide the culture than to join it together. And to me,
100%.
I kind of see, of course, Fat Joe says silly stuff. I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, man, like I would say, hey, man, again, I go with what Power 500 said. People even argue about when the origin of hip hop started. Some people say it started with James Brown. You know what I'm saying? Some people said, like you said, it started in the 40s. So, but at the end of the day, to me, the popularization, it's almost like somebody saying, "Oh, well, Bill Russell made the NBA what it is." Nah, Mike Jordan did.
Jordan made it popular.
He popularized the brand. So
right, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about origin.
Well, I understand.
That's what he said.
I'm not just going off of what he said though. Of course, Fat Joe is wrong because he came back in and he clarified it. If he wouldn't have clarified if he wasn't wrong. So of course he was wrong. My thing is there's contributions that Latinos did.
There's contributions.
There's contributions of the origin. Because a lot of people who first saw it was
we should at least recognize
in breaking to the Electric Boogaloo, Shabba-Doo, you know what I'm saying? The Rocksteady crew, you know what I'm saying? So I get what like even what Tariq was saying, no doubt. And actually, let's see what Drum Major said. Drum Major said hip hop comes from the struggles of Black Americans from slavery in the U.S. South, as well as jazz, reggaeton, rock and roll, R&B, blues, country, and all 100% creations of Black Americans. FBA.
Sorry, but
I mean, like I said, I gotta throw a bomb at that, man.
That's what it is. And it's not about negative division.
Shout out Drum
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out. It's not about negative division. At the same time, we have to learn how to start taking some level of proudness about what it is that we've contributed, instead of just always trying to mix the melting pot about certain specific things, because we should do that. Part of
shout out to TBS for shout out to TBS for
I think you can be
sticker. Peace to the TBS.
And to your point, Bebo, I think you can be prideful and not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like they didn't contribute anything.
No, and at the end of the day, that's not
drum. And I know that's not what you're saying, but that some of the people I seen throwing comments that Fat Joe was doing that, and to me that's wrong. And that's what, to go back to what Iceberg was saying, the whole division thing, like that's not necessary. Like if you contributed to hip hop, regardless whether it was the beginning, the middle, or where we are today, you still are a contributor. If it's a positive contribution.
Well, like I said, some people the first time they saw it was.
But Drum Major basically he dropped the bomb.
Drum Major's dropping facts. Yeah. I mean, even to me, DJ Scale is dropping facts where he said, "Hey man, we may have didn't make it, but we was a little brother people in game." You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And a lot of cats, the first time they saw hip hop was Black and brown cats together. I think I don't think it's taking the shine of FBA cats by saying, "Hey man," because we know, in my opinion, hip hop was created in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? In the boogie down. So you had a lot of cats, man, influencing a lot of things there. I think to me, you know, of course, man, it was made, and I'm gonna quote what Drum Major said: slavery in the U.S. South, also, poverty in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like the poverty ended up making cats bang on the drums and just rapping on the stoop.
The Carolina,
So again, man, I agree, man, and like I said, it's not to water down any of the black cats who originated it, and not to also just salute cats just for being around. I think a lot of people had influential pieces in it. It's almost like what Kathy said about some of the women that were around. Some of the major moments were created by women that never get any props. I think some things were also created as well with other cultures involved as well, and also the popularization of it. And I know that's not what Fat Joe started talking about, but to me, it's also origin too, because some people didn't watch basketball to Michael Jordan, but then they'll say, well, he didn't originate the game though. He popularized it and he introduced it to other people who normally wouldn't check it out. So, but I also understand what you're saying too, Bebo, and you're spitting bars.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, Bebo's spitting bars, and Drum Major.
The origin of hip hop is nuanced and deserves a nuanced conversation, not a one line hit.
Right.
Yeah, true. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It does. It does.
Different multiverse. And like I said, shout out to Drum Major, man. We haven't seen you on before, but you came right on time with the bars, man. You really dropped a lot of jewels, man, that we need on this platform, man. So I hope you keep on coming back.
And if you're still a drum major, man, make sure you holler at us, man, so we can big up you.
Yeah. But man, seriously, man, I gotta drop another bomb for
absolutely
for Drum Major, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's a lot of folks that say we don't have culture, and right here you're seeing a testament of that down there.
This is why you come to Fresh Out right here, man, because we talk about these things.
It's important to highlight that and not get too caught up, even though, yes, absolutely, there were contributions from just, other cultures from, many countries. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We can't mix the melting pot too much to where to cast a shadow on the origins of who started what, because we couldn't do that in other countries. So, it's just about showing respect to the culture of hip hop is all.
Facts. But then I love the conversation because it goes back to what we talked about with Kathy Andoli.
Which she gives credit to. She said on an interview real quick that it was black people that created it too. So she doesn't sing that melting pot stuff either.
My thing is it's even just starting the conversation about hip hop, because again, we've been talking about getting hip hop back on mainstream, getting it back in everybody's cars, not just the diarrhea music from DJ Khaled. But also even just the conversation of the origin of hip hop will make you start researching it and start looking it up and listening to music too. So regardless of what the conversation is or isn't, hopefully cats start actually going into the history of hip hop and digesting those artists, checking them out, researching. We've actually put books up, and this is why Bebo does origin these things on both sides of any kind of coin. We just want you to check it out, man, and figure out things for yourself. And that's where it comes along. Again, salute to everybody that's basically made hip hop for what it is, and also how fast it moved across the world.
That's why we love it. Because of the cultural, because of the contribution.
You know what I'm saying? But again, you got to give everybody, give the originators the props, wherever decade you think they started. But to me, it's more about not just the conversation. It's more of like you digging and diving and looking up things on your own too, and seeing some cool stuff, man.
Do your own due
diligence. Shout out to Tariq, man. Tariq went in, man, last night, man. So
he went in.
Tariq
went deep.
He went all the way. And that's why you watch Tariq. You know what I'm saying? What's interesting too is that some of the reggae cats refer to themselves as MCs doing their freestyles.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you need to give some of that money.
I need that rag.
Money. Where's my rag? Hold up. Now give me a rag. Now come on now. Give up some of that.
Let me get a drink
for the Lord.
Let me get a sip, baby. Hold on.
Oh man. 500.
Ain't the Lord good?
Like a preacher, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But regardless, like I'm saying, man, this thing, it's a great conversation.
It is.
Great conversation.
It does
on whatever
deserve a more
side you're
nuanced
on, man. But again,
conversation piece. Yeah.
anytime we talk about the origin of hip hop, man, we love
man, it brings out passion, man. Like everybody that's commenting on this is passionate about hip hop.
Just healthy
And
conversation.
we appreciate each and every one of you for contributing to that discussion. You know what I'm saying? Top from the rooter to the tutor.
Amen.
We appreciate it. 100%.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about something that's not hip hop. How you doing? Now this is why we love talking about hip hop, because if not, we talking about this. This is what they trying to get us to move things to. We're not trying to do this. Like we talking about the 2022 MTV VMAs. I know Nightmare, this is one of his favorite shows.
Absolutely.
This show went up 14%, man. They did 1.6 billion minutes, but of course they're doing TV streaming and social media platforms now because nobody watches TV anymore. But you see it's mad bussy with these shows. They're basically showing a lot of black females, half skin showing. They're showing a lot of different cultures, the rainbow Skittles situation. Nikki looked crazy in the show. Hip hop, in my opinion, was not represented correctly at all. Kenneth like, hey, them transitions. Shut up, man. Hey, man. Come on now. Kenneth, stop punching people and come to the Lord.
We got to put the T at the end of Lord. Lord.
But what was your thoughts? And then man, they brought in the NTF too. Come on, man. What was your thoughts on the show, man?
Preach.
And also, is it still valid, man? Is the MTV Music Awards even still valid?
I mean, I don't know anybody who's watching it, like personally. Like I'm just personally speaking. I don't know anybody who's watching it, especially if you got small kids. Like who's watching it now? You can't even let your kids watch. It used to be back in the day. You remember like when we was watching like the Grammys and stuff like that. You know, we used to sit in front of the TV to watch Michael Jackson do his thing. That was good show for the family. You can't have a family now and watch this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Before you go into For Real Hip Hop, go to DJ Scandal's YouTube channel.
100%.
He's blowing up. I think over 800,000 followers. If I'm right or wrong,
100%.
Go follow him. Hip Hop All Day too. The real stuff.
That's real hip hop.
Real hip hop. Go to his channel, man. Check him out all day long. He got what you need, man. Also remixes, exclusives, all that, man. Go to DJ Scandal's, man. Hold him down, man. And also, we also are members on his joint, so go get a membership from him too and support him, man. This is why you gotta support dudes really doing his content, man. Real talk. And DJ Scandal said this is hip hop, not hip hop. There needs to be more
He's 100% accurate.
Fact.
That's what this is. Fact. This is hip hop. This is not hip hop. Like I don't care what you say. This is not a subgenre of hip. They might rap, but this ain't hip hop. You can be a rapper and not be hip hop. You can rap about anything you want to, but that don't mean you hip hop. This foolishness here, nah. I might have watched 5 minutes of it because I had to prep for this show, but that 5 minutes wasn't worth. I would never get that 5 minutes back. You know what I'm saying? When you start seeing the type of foolishness that you see on TV with this, it ain't worth it. That's about all I can really say, man. I mean, this really ain't worth 5 minutes. Bebo, I'm gonna let you go in if you want to spend more than 5 minutes.
Well, and like I said, the whole Bad Bunny kiss thing and all that, I didn't even want to put
that type of stuff is silly, man. Like, I mean, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? That is like, it's an indictment on society, damn near too. I mean, if you want to be all the way 100%, I don't want to go there. That's a goofy conversation. But go ahead, Bebo.
I don't really have a lot to say about this situation just as a whole. It's just
cool form, man.
Well, it's just more of the same.
Go ahead, Bebo, please.
I'm grooving to the music
with it.
with my little preacher rag. No, man. It's just again more of the same, just like what DJ Scandalous said. Hip hop more than hip
Shout out to D, man.
Shout out to
basically.
D coming
Yeah.
with the bomb.
That's us,
Man,
dog.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right.
I mean,
Bomb,
speaking of that, there was a lot of Sus Diddy energy here at this award show, just like in every award show.
A ton of
I
it.
just saying, take that for whatever.
I just didn't want to
would
drag
say-
him into the conversation, but D did. So now
Hey.
we can go ahead and go in on Sus D.
Hey, you did though.
hugging all the men from the back, dog. Stop.
Ooh,
man.
wow. Okay.
He had a hot tub ready.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? Back at the telly. Like, come on, fellas.
But the sad thing though is
My
like
room
Jay
tonight.
Camp said that. Jay Camp
Pause.
said like you can't even have your kids watch this stuff.
You can't.
So
You
if my kids can't watch this stuff, why would I want to watch all this stuff? And I get it, the alternative lifestyle. This is them doing their thing and having the opportunity to show their culture. That's great. But
That's
we
why
don't.
Scandalous said hip hop. Like that.
Yeah.
That's y'all's. Y'all can have that.
But don't push that on everybody else though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Don't try to
What's they're gonna
influence
do anyway?
my hip hop or my lifestyle because you doing this foolishness.
The only hip hop they had was LL Cool J being the main host on the
And
award
shout out to
show.
LL. I'm sure
Yeah.
he was he was freaking out too.
Man.
What he was seeing.
Man,
What do
who
y'all think
knows?
about? What do y'all think about the them having a lot of the African American women pushing the Planned Parenthood agenda, but nobody else was doing it?
Kofi time.
Well, oh, this is Kofi time. Kofi time.
Kofi time,
time.
man. Come on, man.
I mean, I'll say this: anytime society wants to push something, a narrative of theirs, they go to Black America first or Black people first. They always
Easy
go
target
to first. We're always the first target. We've always been that throughout history, and that's just what it is. Oh my gosh,
100%, man.
it is
destroyed.
Man. I mean,
you can't listen to the radio without Lil Nas X singing about color the dude and knowing the genres,
or talking about the devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on.
I mean, I will say this: one of the standout, or probably the most standout part that I saw was, kids wouldn't even care anyway. They would think it's corny. Yeah. I mean, they might. Yeah.
You see somebody talking about, hey, daddy, look at this dress I got on. You know what I'm saying? You see some little boy doing that foolishness because he's seen Nas X. I'm telling you.
What do y'all think about? What do y'all think about Spears getting canceled over the Lizzo joint?
I'll let Camper tackle this one. It's time to transfer that.
This is a don't get fired episode.
Man, like, what did Spears say that was really wrong?
That's his opinion, right?
That was his opinion. Like,
it's comedy, right?
It's comedy. Like, what? When has comedy became fact? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cats you got cats getting slapped over comedy. You got dudes running up on stage because of comedy. Like, you can't say nothing now, man. Like, people are so sensitive to everything you say. You know what I'm saying? They can't like just tune it out. Like, we choose to tune this hip hop out. Like, I'm good with tuning it out. Don't bother me.
Oh yeah.
But some people can't tune things out and they let it affect their entire spirit, their entire mentality on life. It's like,
I don't watch TV, so
it
don't bother me, man, because I don't watch it on TV. But for somebody who watches TV and movies and mainstream media, you can't dodge this stuff.
You can't dodge it. You can't dodge it.
No matter where you go, they're gonna make sure that you're gonna see what it is that they want you to see.
They're gonna make sure that individual on the left of the screen is gonna be on your TV set. That's what they.
Scandalous is saying this is why he does remixes, spread messages with real hip hop artists.
Right.
Don't worry about big. Don't worry, he got some more stuff coming. Hey man, we need some more stuff, man. Because
we need that.
Yeah, man. I need Hology about some stuff too, man.
Oh yeah, peace to Scandalous again, man. Yeah, man. Real quick though, I will say a highlight about this MTV Awards show was, the Moon Man that they have. not doing Oscars no more. Wow. No, but they had Johnny Depp's face on the Moon Man, and he had said, I needed work or something like that. So that's interesting. So maybe this is kind of like his appetizer of sorts to, get back into Hollywood or whatever and break out of by way of breaking out of being blackballed. So I thought that was a pretty interesting thing.
Perfect platform for him to do it on.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
but this thing, do you guys think award shows are dead?
Yeah.
Oh, award show's been dead a long time.
When
Macklemore got that award over Kendrick, over Good Kid, Matt. Come on.
Yeah.
It was dead way before that, but that basically kind of zip-locked it. That put it in the seal. And it was forever dead at that point in time.
Dog, that Amber Heard died from the bottom.
Yeah, she did get out about that. AH got mad about that.
Man,
she sure did. Even her sister had to come out and say something.
Nah, Bebo P, that bottom of the bottle. The bottom of the bottle.
Yeah, she got a little bit of
Stop.
She got a little bit of that powder. She's good.
Well,
long story short, man.
Man.
The VMAs, man. It used to be dope, like you said, when you had Michael out there, man, and all that. So now it's kind of boo-boo.
Yeah.
But again, this is why you come to hip hop. To listen to hip hop, man, at Fresh Out, man. We're gonna give you what you need, build that hip hop community again. You know how we do, but we gotta talk about our flowers of the week. Who is yours flowers of the week, man? Put them in the comment section. J. Kent, man, start us off, man.
Yeah, I guess we can finally get back to hip hop now, and not that
hip hop
buffoonery.
Right.
But I'm gonna go ahead and show some love again to the Latinos and to hip hop.
Right.
Chino XL gets my flowers.
Nice selection.
He gets my flowers of the week, man. Chino is one of them cats who has an unbelievable delivery. I felt like him and Pun, Busta, cats like that just changed the game up with their delivery. I mean, I'll say who else? There's somebody else I'm thinking about too. And I can't old school rapper. I can't think of it. Big Daddy Kane. Like cats like that. The way they was able to ride a beat differently, that was just different for hip hop at the time, man. I felt like Chino was like in that same lane, not as far as content, but I'm talking about like delivery. And Chino's that dude, man. Cool G Rap was another cat I was thinking about too. Chino, man, especially the mixtape game was crazy too, y'all.
Bro.
Game, bro. 100% off the chain.
Who put the turd in the bed?
100% off the chain. But salute to Chino though, man. That dude's been featured on some dope projects too, man. I guess one of the most memorable for me, Bebo, was that Sway and Tech album.
About.
Matter of fact, him and Planet Asia, who we gave flowers to last week.
Yep, sure did.
Was on the same joint.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, the flavor they was kicking on that song too was amazing, man. He's killed the freestyle circuit too. Chino has, man. But shout out to Chino, man. Salute to your brother, New York's own. Well, New York / New Jersey's own.
Yeah,
Chino XL.
Yep.
Chino
all day. One love, man.
Wordplay is crazy.
Wordplay has always been silly.
It's crazy. So J. Camp actually hinted at this without even realizing it. He had mentioned the Liquid Crew.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's where my of the week is gonna come from. Is the
RIP Pun too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. RIP Big Pun. Absolutely. Legend right there. But yeah, flowers of the week is going to Defari from St. Monica. But always repping LA. Defari, he was kind of an extended member of the Liquid Crew. Go ahead, J. Camp.
I was gonna say, plus, man, people don't know Defari was a teacher too.
Yeah.
He was in the school system, man. Like Defari was really out there. Like,
he was
really teaching,
and still is.
And still is, man. And a dope MC, man. A great pick. Great pick.
Oh, no doubt.
Love that Defari album too. Love that Defari album.
You talking about
Go
that
ahead,
Focus?
Bebo.
You talking about that Focus Daily, the first one, where he had that the jersey with his name on it from the Lakers looking jersey
with the Lakers looking jersey and the purple and the purple CD.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was purple
joint.
Okay. But nah, hey, like I said, affiliate of the Liquid Crew. Peace to the Alcoholics. Y'all got the flowers coming soon too.
Peace to the Licks.
But yeah, peace to the Licks, man. One thing I've always liked about his style, a Defari style, was he always had that foundational baseline rap style, as any rapper does. But in addition to that, there was times where some of his verses sounded close to freestyles, at least in my opinion. Some of them. I'm not saying that they came off like that, and it really just showed us a level of versatility that I liked about him. But he's always had some solid production, largely from Evidence, Alchemist.
Oh yeah,
he contributed at times. E Swift and J-Ro.
Shout out to Evidence
as well. Yeah. Evidence is a dope producer and MC
and rapper, and he sound like Defari. That's what's so funny. Evidence sound like Defari.
Yeah, he does. He does. And check out all three Defari's albums.
Yeah,
the Focus Daily,
which was
Odds and Evens. Yeah.
Street Music was dope too.
That was the last one that he put out, and then Odds and Evens was the second one. So yeah, check those albums out.
And DJ Babu.
That's what I was going to say. DJ Babu. He and DJ Babu. Thank you, J Camp. They were a duo called the Liquid. So definitely, take note of that. Oh, and before I stop, I'm not just talking about some Rudy Poot rapper. Defari was on the classic Dr. Dre album 2001 on that track called Some LA N-Words.
And he killed that too.
He did.
Do-do.
Yep. So don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. If Dr. Dre not only knows who he is, but puts him on his album, Defari ain't nobody to sleep on. So go ahead and
he had one of the best verses on there too.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. But yeah, so go ahead and check out Defari. Go ahead and check him out, man. Get it, J Camp, get it.
Yeah, that was a dope joint, man. One of my favorite tracks on the album.
Oh yeah. But Iceberg, get your flowers of the week, bro.
But that song didn't have no hi-hats either. That's what's crazy. Now that I think about it, Dre didn't put no hi-hats on that beat.
Some of his tracks didn't. Some of his tracks didn't need it.
No.
They didn't have it. Some of them.
It was a straight.
He had that swing beat.
Yeah.
G-funk and unquantized bass line.
It was a long night, man. Gotta give a shout my flowers of the week, man, to Joel Ortiz, man.
Man,
one of the guys, man.
Slaughterhouse,
Puerto Rico. So I gotta give my shout out to Joel. Cass didn't know, man. He was actually signed to Aftermath.
He was.
When he first got in. He was offered a deal with So Def. Then this was 2004. He was on an unsigned hype on the XXL joint. Oh no, Source joint. Excuse me.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And
sure was.
He was a chairman's choice in the XXL magazine. But again, what's dope is he was signed to Aftermath, but Dre let him go ahead and release an album off Koch to get that money up. You know what I'm saying? And he had some dope guest appearances. I think it was that Bodega Chronicles joint.
Yep. Oh yeah. I remember that.
Joel Ortiz, man, is crazy. 1/4 of the Slaughterhouse joint.
Yep.
Bars all day long, man. I think he was a very launch situation. I think if he would have took a course like a Currency and almost became a Currency type of caricature in New York and just dropped small little joints, I think people really would have understood his talent. But again, another
Plus he was on Koch.
that didn't originate hip hop, but one of the guys who definitely was influenced by some of the greats, man, and passing on that. He's to me a middle child where he's passing the torch from the OGs to the new cats now, man. But
Koch Records did him no favor either. Koch Records did him no favor. I was like, Cat signed the Koch.
Man, sing like Bilal, yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, Power 500 going in, man.
Yeah, it was a primo track. It sure was.
Yeah.
But shout out to Joel though, because he had them collabs with KRS-One and G-Rap.
Yep.
Early in his work, and he held his own. He had his own rapping with them dudes, man. You rap with legends like that.
The 1-2, man, that Ted Smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Man.
What was the album? The House Slippers? Was that his last one or one of his last ones? House Slippers.
I'm not sure.
I want to say
I think Autograph was his last.
Autograph was the last one. The House was of 2014.
That came out what?
14.
Last year?
Okay.
Autograph came out last year, I think.
Yeah,
so,
that classic Hayes sample. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, great selection.
Great selection.
Great show. Hey, if y'all haven't done so yet, we're at the
salute
end
to him and
show.
Crooked too. Salute to him and Crooked.
For that latest album. Yeah,
they still technically Slaughterhouse. They still holding the Slaughterhouse name down. So, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead, Bebo. Sorry.
No. I was just gonna tell the people, hey, thank you for rocking with us. Thank you, brothers, as always. Peace to LB. You know, continue to get your leg better, man, and hit that subscribe button, like button, and notification bell. Go ahead and hit them super chats. It's not too late, even though we're at the end. Bars closing in about less than 5 minutes, so go ahead and get your drinks now.
Shout outs, man, for before we get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the peoples, man. Shout out to all the contributors, man. We have some very good topics today, man. The Fat Joe topic was money, man. We learned a lot. Had a lot of guys dropping jewels, man. Just a lot of people tapping in today, man. We certainly appreciate that, man.
Oh,
we hope to continue.
And that's what hip hop's about, man. Hip hop's about great debate, man.
Great debate, man.
Really is.
Great debate. You know what I'm saying? You can be opinionated and still make a point. You know what I'm saying? Fresh out, we not gonna destroy somebody for having an opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, because we got one too. You know, like they say, opinions are like cheeks. Everybody's got on me. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, man, salute to all the people. Make sure y'all cop your favorite NBA gear. You know what I'm saying? We rocking with the NBA store. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want that new Westbrook jersey, wherever he's gonna land.
It works for that Westbrook.
Make sure you copy it.
Send them to Utah.
Wow.
We want Spider.
Wow.
We want Spider.
Stop it. You know.
Man.
We want Spider.
Another Latino.
Man, shout out to all my brothers, man, FBAs, man. Shout out to my Jamaican cat, my island cats, man. Shout out to all the Latinos. To me, hip hop is a boiling pot, because it came from New York.
Boiling pot
all day. So
boiling
again, man,
pot.
shout out to the cats, man, holding it down, man, and just keep on doing it. Without y'all, we ain't got nothing to talk about, right? We come here to talk about hip hop. So again, man, shout out to everybody doing their thing, man. DJs, graffitis, MCs, you know how we do, man.
Kenneth, make sure you tap in. Kenneth, tap in again, man.
I'll shout out to Kenneth, man. Shout out to Kenneth. Drum Major.
Tap in again,
through, man. Shout out to the day
Appreciate
ones,
the
man.
Insight.
Yeah.
Power holding it down as always.
Devon came through for a minute, man.
Nightmare as always. DJ Scandalous, rock with us.
Ooh, Scandalous came through. Yes, sir.
He did. Piece of Scandalous.
500, always holding it down, man.
500. Devon.
Yeah. We gotta put you
TBS less. TBS less. Yeah.
TBS
shout out before we get out of here, Bebo, man.
Hey, just shout out to the people, man. We definitely want to show love, like you said, Iceberg, to every culture contributor to the game, to the culture of hip hop. Just, you know, like Iceberg was saying before, it's important to, or one of the brothers said, it's important to go back and do the research, you know what I'm saying, on anything.
Just fact check.
Something, just do the fact, you know, just look at the facts for yourself and do your own due diligence when it comes to, you know, the source of something. But also shout out, you know, because, you know, we definitely respect and got love for everybody that shows love for the culture and just has love for us. So there's nothing wrong with a healthy debate, positive debate, or just, you know, a positive conversation. And with that said, hey, thank you.
Cancel nobody. We don't want to be canceled.
Yeah.
We don't want no ad strikes, man. We want all the advertising.
hey, New Rap City, World's Most Dangerous Podcast. Happy 26th anniversary once again to Outkast for the AT Aliens,
man,
and we appreciate you. Yo, mama, yo, cuz.
Hey man, we got one more. Hip hop was born to the universe, man. No matter color. Much love to Brazil. Hey man, all day long.
Much love to Brazil, man. All day, man. Love Brazil.
Much love.
Love Brazil.
Hey man, man. Oh yeah. Oh, and Devon, man. Yo, had to step away, man. Hey man. We shout out, man. Devon, man, hit us up, man, so we can sing your shirt, man. We need to sing some apparel, man, some merch, man. So
hit us
again,
up.
shout out to Devon, man, Mike 100, Pie 500, man. Hip hop,
North Carolina.
We know everybody busy for the summertime. When we gonna link back up in the fall, baby, get it moving. Hey, man, we need some beats, man. Holla at us.
Hey, we
need some beats.
We getting flagged on the copyright.
We get flagged for beats we bought for the joint, man. And we need some copy some copy joints, man.
Yeah,
royalty
especially you've
joints,
been doing
man.
it since 01. So I know you got some
Come
flame.
on, man.
You know.
But again, man, great show, episode 116. Bebo P, J Kemp, LB the Podfather, man. Always going in. We here Wednesday, 9:30. We should be here Saturday, man. Lord willing. Come check us out Saturday, man. Always support the clips, man. Again, hit the Cash App, man. Super chat, super thanks. All that, man. If you like what my guys are doing, man, show us some love again. Fresh Out, we'll be back here Saturday and Wednesday, always 9:30, man. We out again, man. Another banger, y'all. Another banger show, man.
Now it's real Jazzy Bell.
Salute.
Now it's real Jazzy Bell. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.